Hello and welcome everyone to our live coverage of the MGA Copa America Wild Rift. I am Vesper providing play-by-play commentary, and I am joined by the Pierce J. I believe we have a little bit of difficulties here with the video. We'll try to get that resolved as soon as possible, but I think our stream is up and running, which is nice. Thank you so much for anyone with the patience who stuck through yesterday. I know we had a lot of technical difficulties. I'm doing casting and producing here, trying to get all the English broadcasts ready to go. So that does take a little bit of time, a little bit of finagling here and there, but I think we're getting things pretty well sorted. We will be trying to monitor here, and if there are any problems or anything, say something in chat. Try to get things sorted out here. But first things first, let's bring up a bracket. I believe we've got that ready here on your screens. Yes. So today we're jumping into the North America and Latin America North upper brackets of the Copa America. So yesterday we got a chance to see some of the first three rounds there of the Brazil and Latin America South team. So you can check out those VODs. They should be on my Twitch channel still at twitch.tv/Vesborger. Not sure if we'll get some perhaps here on the MGA YouTube channel. We might get some more VODs added on in the future. Stay tuned for that. I'm not sure. Check out the MGA Twitter as well. There should be some communication about that. But yes, there you can see there we have the upper brackets for Latin America, South, and Brazil that we got a chance to see yesterday. So we got to track several teams all throughout the tournament. One of the biggest ones we saw was TSM FTX, who really made a big impression on myself. And Pierce, I believe if you got a chance to watch the stream yesterday, check out some of those games. They're super cool. Back on to North America and Latin America North, though. That's what we're going to be jumping into today. 16 teams have to make their way through these best of ones. It's all the way best of ones until we do get to the semifinals and the finals here. And there is a lower bracket. So if these teams do get knocked out, they get a second chance to keep fighting. So although it is best of one, you do get that second life, if you will. So we'll have to see. The first game I've been told by producer we're going to be jumping into is Infinity versus BYG. So wait and see what goes on there. In the meantime, I'm going to actually cut us to a real quick break, see if we can't get Pierce's video back. But oh, actually, we got it right now, so we're all good to go. So, Pierce, how you doing? Let's jump back to our caster's desk here. Ready for more Wild Rift. I cannot hear you possibly. I don't know if you're muted here. I've got you muted or something.
You know what? I think my thing wasn't
Oh,
plugged in potentially. Yep. All right.
there you are. Awesome. We got
Audio
you.
issues here. Is my it's not showing up on the broadcast, but I believe I am.
Yeah, I'll get you. I think. Let's see. Mere moments.
But so,
There we
yeah.
go. Yes. After
I'm
every
really
time we change the link, it's gotta update it, unfortunately. But I think we're good to go. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Pierce. Wild Rift time.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I think we have a couple of really good teams in North America. I see Tribe there. I see plenty of we've got Mayhem as well. I don't have the bracket up now, but there's plenty of NA teams that I'm pretty happy with seeing here. A lot of new teams as well, which is good. It was exciting to see a lot of the South American games yesterday. We saw a lot of Seraphine. There's a few NA players that play Seraphine mid, but I really only have seen like starting really do it particularly well. A lot of you guys know like starting all over on Tribe. So we'll see if any of them were watching some of the tournaments yesterday because that was exciting to watch. We'll see. I'm excited to potentially see some more Seraphine.
Yeah, it has such a huge impact. We even got to see some Seraphine mechanics that I wasn't really expecting, like the I think it was Encore Flash or Flash Encore. I'm not sure what it was that we saw yesterday, but something we weren't really expecting to come through. We're really trying to show off as much as you can on Seraphine, and actually on the damage charts we saw a number of times I think Seraphine have the most damage, at least on her team, if not in the game, which was pretty insane. So I'm definitely with you there. I want to see some more Seraphine. It seems like building all these comps with the Seraphine mid, like you were talking about, maybe pairing that with like a Braum or something and just building up these sort of, it feels like kind of a front to back setup that these teams want to go to. So yeah, I'm definitely with you. Kind of wondering if that is something we see picked up in North America, because you've kind of talked about maybe that's more of something we see in the South America, but not really making its way into NA yet, unless, as you hinted at, perhaps they're watching the games yesterday.
Yeah, so you definitely also need to practice that because I mentioned quite a bit yesterday that it's like And I've heard teams identify this. Like you still need like a beefy frontliner in front of you to like make that encore go like so far. Like to make it go like farther than, just a standard amount before it hits an enemy. Um and then just a little jump back before as well is it's encore flash. Yeah, so like you can cast the
Okay.
encore and then you can flash as the animation is going. Just for like people at home.
Good stuff. Well, we've gotten into draft here for game number 1 of the North America and Latin America North, and already some bans came in. So Diana, Ziggs, Camille, Gragas. Diana, Ziggs, Camille, Gragas were banned away by these two teams. 2 bans apiece is the rules here in our tournament. And Infinity has already locked in the Braum, a familiar face here. We'll see what the response is from BYG.
Yeah, Braum really strong in North America. People, I mean, like over the past couple of months, everyone's really respected him. That's kind of, I believe, why he kind of got a little nerfed there because just very strong. I mean, the nerf wasn't huge, but I'm sure people will feel it. They're gonna lock in the Zaya here. I'm a little surprised about that. After you've already picked Braum, you don't really want to pick the Rakan after you've seen a Braum. It looks. I'm not. I don't. This Janna is confusing to me. Okay. Okay. They're just holding off.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a Janna mid. My main account's name is Janna Gap. So like I literally play so much Janna. And I played her mid lane and stuff, and she can be played in Baron, but I wouldn't do that in competitive. Um. So we'll see. They do lock in the Zyra Rakan. They didn't need to take the Rakan right in the first slot, so they opted for their jungle pick. I think that's pretty smart there. Wukong pretty strong. Just a huge team fight synergy. Right now they've got a full AD comp though, so we'll see what they pick in the mid lane. They are still flexing this Janna. I think they're messing with us, but we'll see. We have 12 more seconds before or I guess I gotta pull up the Discord. Um, yep. So it looks like they're going to change to the Seraphine. So we are gonna see a Seraphine mid. I'm excited. We'll see what they can bring out. And then they last picked the Yasuo. So this is going to mean that they have 2 knockups from the side of Wukong and Rakan, but it's an all AD comp. So if they want to potentially, go full armor, on everyone except Kaisa and Seraphine, it's gonna be pretty hard to get through the Braum, Garen, and Olaf. But we'll see, cause Wukong and Yasuo and Rakan and Yasuo are basically point and click ultimate combos. So we'll see how the team fights go. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, we'll transition here as we're going to start loading into the Rift, but a lot of cool stuff to talk about. You already started to dive into it, Pierce. You talked about wanting to see the Seraphine mid. Well, that does show up. I'm curious, hey, maybe this is the full AP Rakan angle you talked about yesterday, right? You got no AP. You need it somewhere, but it certainly looks like it might be difficult when, yeah, I mean, that's such a huge front line. Should be pretty easy for Infinity to stack up the armor, I would think. And again, I mean, we talked about seeing the Braum Seraphine with a Kaisa, or I think occasionally maybe an Ezreal or something like that. It certainly feels like a very fearsome comp that Infinity has built here as we dive into the Rift. Infinity versus BYG, game number 1 here of our Copa America, North America, and Latin America North upper bracket.
Yeah, so we'll see how they kind of start off this level 1. I love how the red team BYG is starting in this river bush together. If anyone tries to go for a ward and stuff, you get potentially a kill, but you almost always burn the flash and stuff. Um, Yasuo is gonna place a safe ward there after he knows he's going to be able to safely path there because the rest of them are leashing the jungle. While we have a little bit of downtime here, while we have a little downtime, I just want to comment on the AP Recon real quick, and it's extremely strong. It does do some pretty good damage, but the really crazy part about it is that in Wild Rift he doesn't actually get increased dash range, but it doubles the shield, and so his ratios on the shield is 80%. And so he can cast that twice, and it goes double on Zaya. Oh, we have a big trade here coming out on the top lane, though. Garen is so scary at that level 1 or 2. But essentially you get up to I think it's 320% AP scaling on Rakan's E, essentially when you're playing with the Zaya. So that's why, and you like late game you're putting 1,000 shields on Zaya every 3 seconds. So like she turns into a raid boss. It's a greedy build though, so like I said, you sometimes don't see it in competitive. Yesterday we saw the Arden, but let's just get into this game now. We have scuttle control going down for the side of Infinity. Some
Oh,
trades going back and
wow.
forth.
Gummy flashes away over the wall now. Should be fine for the Rakan. Yeah, able to dash back, but man, I wonder if he had to flash there as opposed to V3. Maybe he did, but Gummy burning that summoner early.
Yeah, I definitely worried about the Braum passive. Basically, if you get Braum passive there, it's almost like a he has to burn the flash anyways. So I guess he saves his health bar. I suppose. I don't hate it, but this ward will see the Wukong here, so the bot lane knows that they're safe. The Garen has reset. Um, just gonna go slow for a little while. All the objectives are down. Like the main objectives we'll see in pro play are like at a minute and 25 with the 2 scuttles up on either side of the map, and then around 3 minutes and 40 seconds, the scuttles like respawn. So we'll start to see some more battles right before Dragon as they get ready for the Vision. So we'll see some potential trades. Especially in North America, it's gotten really popular, like these like heavy bot lane dives. But we'll see if these teams have really like prepped those yet.
Oh man, you mentioned before heavy top lane trading happening once again here between Cloud and Model X. Both not pretty low. It looks like Ignite. So summoners were actually burned by Model X. I'm not sure I saw when those were burned, but it looks like they traded Ignites and got the Garen's flash at some point. That may have been off screen or maybe in those early trades that we got a glimpse of, but certainly a lot of aggression up here. Mountain Drake will be the first Drake the game available for these teams to fight over. Have to see. I do see on the bot side the Wukong. Sultani is looking in that area, but nothing found there just yet.
Yeah, so it's a mountain dragon. I've mentioned this before. Mountain dragons are particularly important. Basically honestly the most useless dragon, especially this early. So I could see this dragon not being taken right away. Huge trades from this Yasuo. Very, very good trades there. Along with his passive, he barely loses any HP, and this is 30 seconds before the dragon. So Yasuo's gonna get one more wave of wave to clear. He should be able to pick up his static shift before this first dragon and be extremely impactful in this next fight. He's level 7. He's the highest level in the game. So he is really looking good here. He's actually gonna go for the Blade of the Rune King first. I don't hate it. We got a little replay here.
Poking
Nice
out
trade,
Seraphine. Yeah, he takes base almost no damage there in comparison. So well played. Impact picking up the most gold on the team. Fitting for the top laner of Evil Geniuses. No, I don't think it's the same Impact, but I like the name.
Yeah. Be scared to see him on Rumble or something if it was the same one.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna see. I believe he's just clearing the vision. He's not. So they have not.
We got a
cleared the
dive
vision.
top here. The Renekton's gonna flash away. Exhaust is there. The stun is there. Even the Kaisa is there to join it. The Killer Instinct. Down goes Cloud. BYG's top laner gives over first blood to Infinity, and they have a nice little gold lead and maybe looking for a redive, trying to stack that passive. Last breath from Impact, who's looking for the kill, but the flash away will get the Braum to safety. One more auto will do it. Impact falls as well. 2-0 for Infinity.
Yeah, that's I think that Yasuo didn't have to re-engage. We see this here. Right now they realize that they're trading Dragon for potentially, first blood. That's not too bad, I think that's still doable. They're going to pick up the waves, so the gold lead isn't too bad. But honestly, if Yasuo had just been careful there, hadn't died, just played it a little safe, I think they win out on that trade. But 2,000 gold lead for Earth Dragon is pretty good, it especially depends who the gold's on. It looks like Olaf and Kaisa. So Kaisa now is fairly wealthy. She's got nearly 500 gold on her counterpart. That's a trade that we'll take for Earth Dragon, I think. But in the same vein, BYG isn't too upset because they still do have that Dragon win condition coming up. There'll be some pressure. Trades coming out in this bottom lane. This Yasuo is playing really well against a range matchup. It's good Yasuos in Wild Rift are pretty impressive.
Yeah, Impact is impressing thus far, although unfortunately that death on the top side is a bit of a black mark in his resume to this point. I just want to point out Model X did burn the Ignite randomly. I think that was a mistap, perhaps just threw the random Ignite on Gummy, but maybe it's the mental warfare, just trying to scare him with the Ignite. I don't know, but will be on cooldown for a little while longer as Infinity look to secure this Rift Herald, and looks like BYG are happy to just give that one over.
Yeah, because it looks like Renekton, because the Garen's right here. As long as BYG doesn't try and fight here, Renekton gets first turret, and that's the trade that we're pretty willing to do for Rift Herald. We'll see if the camera pans down, but I believe the Renekton should be able to solo that tower, especially since oh, he doesn't actually.
Ooh,
So
and they're
this is
coming
a
down.
very favorable trade. Gummy needs to watch out, but they'll be safe here.
Oh man, a lot of damage came down there onto Wizard. Looks like no action, but wow, yeah, so you pointed out first turret was Clouds for the taking, or so we thought, but he's not going to get it just yet. He is going to stick around, so maybe he'll still look. As Guardian Angel has been picked up by Yisso, and now looking for a fight on Impact. There's the knockup coming through, but no last breath, and that might be it for the time being.
Yeah, the Renekton should have some potential kill pressure on this Kai'Sa. We'll see his rage bar in the on the side of the screen. If he's able to build that up and then dive onto the Kai'Sa will back here. Pretty smart move. Um, the BYG still has their ADC and support on the top lane. A little weird. You usually see like the second lane swap happen after the Rift Herald's gone, you know. So we'll see exactly what's gonna happen there. Rakan is not going for the AP build. He's not even building Ardent Sensor, by the way. It looks like he's probably going for a dead man's plate right here, which is good on him.
Ooh, aggressive flash over the wall there from Vidok. I guess that's it. But wow, we talked about wanting to see some encore flashes. That was certainly aggressive. Now we have the last breath coming through. This is potentially a turn for BYG. They're trying to take him down. The exhaust is there. Big Glacial Fish is going to find 3, and the damage coming through now from Infinity. They've already found 1 in the back line is the Kai'Sa. Hunter's firing away, hunting down those targets. Impact does get the shield. Maybe he will fall in the end, and somehow Hunter even survives. Down goes the Renekton. 4 kills for 0 now to Infinity. They've cracked this game wide open.
And now they're gonna use this Rift Herald that they got earlier, and they're actually gonna get the mid turret as the first turret. That is something that you don't see too often. In this fight, look, it's a 2v3. It starts as a 2v3. It's eventually gonna be but Renekton passed the wrong way on the up to the blue buff. You couldn't really see that on screen, but that basically makes it so that like this potential 3v4, which is probably why they decided to fight, just goes so unfavorably. They trade 0 for 4 there in the end. Even though it could have been like, I think that BYG could have won that if Renekton had pathed the correct way.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking in my head, didn't BYG pick up 1 kill? Well, they did onto the Olaf's Guardian Angel there. So nice purchase there by Yisso. Like, it really paid off. And now potentially we have another skirmish as in goes the Rakan. Lars looking for something here, but he's going to find a lot of damage onto Cloud. And the Demacia Injustice is going to take down the Croc. That's a 5 for 4 power play now, right now. 5 versus 4, rather. Should net a Cloud Drake for Infinity. We'll see if BYG wants to contest this. Their jungler certainly doesn't, so I think that will be a Drake going the way of Infinity, and just about everything has been going their way this game. Here's the replay.
Yeah, so it's I mean the flash ult from the Garen. He's just very aware of his damage. You know, he's got the old build that people used to build on Garen. He hasn't decided to build any like the Black Cleaver people have kind of adapted, but I think the old build is just fine. We have a little trades here. Yasuo doesn't even want a part of this. He could have dashed through the minions there, but decides to take his CS instead.
Action here, top side. Lars goes in. All right, that was it. I got baited.
Yeah, we got baited.
Now hold on though. We have Yeso on the other side. No Guardian Angel this time, but the damage might be enough. He's going to try to take down Impact, and he does. Somehow the Olaf is still there. The Encore is going to find everybody, but finally the counter kill, first kill of the game, comes through there for the Wukong, but the reinforcements are here. Hunter leading the charge, and damage is going to gun down Cloud once again. Yeso does fall, but it's still a 3 for 1 for Infinity.
Yeah, I mean, Gummy is just like has not been in a single team fight. I mean, like you want your ADC to scale, but like you don't want him to scale into next game. You know, you want him to use his resources in the game you're currently in, especially in a best of 1 series. So initially a pretty good invade, but you see this death dance from the Olaf. Like it provides so much value that he basically kills 3 people before he dies, and his teammate comes in just to clean up, and it's just so tragic for the side of BYG. We're looking at nearly a 9,000 gold lead here at the 11-minute mark. and Gummy is just sitting there at 0-0-0. Doesn't even have more gold than like some of the other players on his team. So like the farming he's doing just isn't it. Nice engage from
Oh,
Rakan,
they do get the
barely misses
flash.
though. Yeah, that is something nice, but Seraphine burned her flash earlier, so she doesn't really need it in this game, it seems like. Um,
True. That's been kind of just using it whenever necessary. And yeah, still only one
but it does
one kill for
favor there.
BYG. Feels bad.
Yeah. We actually have a full tank Rakan build, and that is I'm not crazy about it, I'll be honest. Rakan's like one of my
Hmm.
favorite champions, and you don't have to build AP, but the Ardent Sensor is just like so effective on him, because he's giving shields, he's healing everyone. So he can give Ardent Sensor to people more than like most of the enchanter supports. Um so we usually see that as like the first item on Rakan, but that's fine. Yasuo does now have his first crit item. So he will be doing some pretty decent damage, I believe. I'm pretty excited about that. Um, but it's just we're looking at a 10,000 gold lead here now. We've got the Death Stance. The GA is back up on this Olaf. Like, who's going to stop the Olaf? There's no peels. I mean, I suppose the Xayah might live, but we haven't even seen her fight yet. So this Baron's up. We'll potentially see some vision control around there. Um, but I'm worried for the side of BYG. They kind of lost their chance with the Xayah Rakan early game, giving up too many things.
Yeah, it really stinks, like you said, to see Gummy there 0-0-0. Does have 8,600 gold on the Xayah. I mean, it's not bad when you look at his team, but when you look at Infinity, everyone but the Braum has got more gold. And what jumps out to me is the armor stack. I mean, you said, Pierce, that it was going to come through. No surprise, but you just look at the Sunfire, the Frozen Heart, the Bramble coming through, the Randuins. So much armor built up here by the frontliners of Infinity. I mean, that seems almost impossible for this full AD team to cut through. As we see them advancing now, I think BYG just forced back.
Yeah, we have this Infernal Drake spawning now, so you basically just can't contest this as BYG. Like I mean, maybe you go for one last yellow thing.
Ooh, the Encore comes through, though. There's a big knockup. Last Breath going to find almost the entirety of an Infinity. Is it potentially the turn? No, Hunter's damage is still there. Hudok does fall on the Seraphine. The Last Breath impact is still in the back line, but now he is 1v4. It's not where he wants to be. Impact is going to fall 1 for 2. They do punish the flashless Seraphine, but unfortunately, they will lose the Drake, and they'll lose 2 members just for the single kill.
Yeah, and they trade their Yasuo, who like kind of seems to be the carry in that fight. So there's like, even if it just doesn't work out. We'll watch them just chase the Seraphine here, like they just want the Seraphine so bad, and they basically lose their lives for it. If you get someone that low in a team fight, you don't have to always kill them, in competitive play, because they're kind of forced to back. So um. I'm sure there's some nerves here, where they're down 11,000 gold now, 10,500 or so, and that was Infernal Drake. People feel so much pressure around an Infernal Drake. I'm sure in your ranked games, you Infernal Drake happens and it's just a 5v5 smash for like 2 minutes straight if no one takes it, because it is a very powerful objective, but just bleeding continually is also bad.
Right, yeah, and here we have more action. Gummy perhaps finally will get involved in a fight, but it's only to run away, get hit by an Encore and a Glacial Fissure. The Flash is not going to save the Xayah. Quickly, 2 kills. The botliners Lovers duo are taken down by Infinity, and they're looking for more here under turret. His Sultan, he does have the Guardian Angel, is going to be procced there and tanking up so many turret shots are Infinity. They're looking for more, but the wind wall now is going to protect the Wukong. Still, 2 deaths and even a lost Guardian Angel for BYG. They're just not able to find a foothold in any of these fights.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Impact's play so far, but just with the gold advantage and now the Baron, almost definitely going over here. We have the Seraphine and the Garen zoning along with the Braum. The Wukong's even gonna lose his life now because he lost his GA a little bit earlier. It's just spiraling out of control. Best. They have to get such a clean engage. It has to be like a Wukong Cyclone into into a Yasuo, all followed up by a 4-man Rakan grand entrance with a Zaya ult into a root, and we just see the Wukong just get destroyed there. They have so much wards in the BYG red side that they just knew Wukong was walking up there and immediately pop him.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even really have to burn any ultimates besides the Garen ult. I mean, they didn't have to catch him with anything. They just popped them instantly. Unfortunately, that's been the story for BYG the whole of this game. 16,000 gold, the deficit right now. Inhibitor under siege. Knockup will find Hunter on the Kaisa. No last breath comes through. I think Impact was CC'd there. I'm not mistaken, but
He also just had to clear the turret, like, at that point, you know, like, you're in a situation where, like, you engage there, like, great, but then,
there's the encore coming through. It's going to find anybody. Glacial Fissure right after. These big core durabilities are just burning through BYG. Now they're going to take down the Croc as well. That's 2 members of BYG dead. The Nexus is the target. Baron under siege is going to fall immediately. This has to be the last defense by BYG. But what can they do at this point? Gummy is trying to throw the feathers down, but he is the last man standing, and he will go down. Infinity pick up the win.
yeah, very clean game from Infinity. Pretty strong team comp all around, especially they had a strong team comp, but I'm just really questioning the. I mean, I'm sure they have lots of practice with the Yasuo Wukong, because Impact was a very strong Yasuo, but at the end of the day, you start bleeding towers. You know, you get killed mid lane. They take mid lane turret. This game is it can be so snowbally, and it takes so much patience to give up objectives like BYG kind of needed to, and Infinity just basically plays a crystal clear cut game of Wild Rift, objective after objective into towers, you know, into forced errors where like Wukong's walking up towards the end into Baron. Very good by Infinity. I'm excited to see more of them. I actually haven't heard of most of these teams, by the way, except Wizard. I've heard of Wizard before. He played Arena of Valor, I believe. That I used
Ah.
to play as well. So excited to see him playing. But it was really good.
Yeah, really putting on an excellent show for us here in game number 1, our Infinity. Certainly, yes, so earning the MVP there seems quite justified. 6, 1, and 10. I recall that one play where you pointed it out. I mean, he bought so much time with the GA, with the Death Stance, just running back and forth in the backline there and seemingly never dying till the very end. Securing all those objectives for his team, really leading the charge there for Infinity. Hunter dishing out the damage, and again, we saw some pretty solid Seraphine play. Seems like this pick may just begin to define this Copa America tournament here. So you get a chance to check out some of the damage stats. Yeah, once again, that is a lot of damage there from the Seraphine, and due credit to Impact leading the charge with almost 18,500 damage. Not bad.
Yeah, he tried his best, but you know when you've got teams that are just if I really would say something, it was that Gummy has less damage than the Rakan, and I like mentioned that in game, but like you can't scale into the next game in a best of one. You know, you don't have to run an int, but like you have to like not just farm. You know, in a solo queue game, you're pretty safe just making sure you scale the items and stuff, but you have to help the you have to eventually fight. You know, you can't fight when it's already over. So,
Yeah, I
unfortunate.
mean, and I think the mind travels to Gummy, who certainly was racking up a lot of gold there just with the farming, but really did not get involved in a fight until it was just too late. And you question whether that's, you know, a team thing. They need to make sure they don't fight when Gummy's not there, or Gummy needs to be there. Not sure, but at the end of the day, it was Infinity showing up big, 20-2, dominant win for them.
Yeah, I was questioning the Olaf GA first item. Death Stance is usually done first, but I mean it was pretty impactful in that one fight. You know, they traded GA for 4 kills, so pretty happy about that for Infinity. That is.
Absolutely, yeah. It seems like that's right when you want the GA. Is it happened to come in handy just at the perfect times there, where the Olaf was able to dive in. You know, they burned everything. I remember a Cloud. It looked like he was maybe going to pop off on the Renekton. Did take down the Olaf, and then that was it. But I do know, as you can see on your screens, our next game is going to be Tribe Gaming versus a Bold Test 5. Hope I'm saying that correctly. So we will take a brief break here. We will be back in just a minute or two to get you guys some more Wild Rift action. See you then.
That sounds exciting. I'm excited to see Tribe.